Hello and welcome, pinky out, to the first ever Coffee Talks with Tank, a Patreon exclusive program. I never thought I thought I'd say it eventually, and who knows when anyone's going to see this, but it's something that I've wanted to say for a long time. Patreon exclusive program, a Patreon exclusive content. Coffee Talks with Tank, especially sitting here by myself with no stream, feels very odd to refer to myself as Tank, but a lot of you refer to me that way. But yeah, Coffee Talks with Tank. What this show is and what I want it to be is just maybe like 5 or 10 minutes, and maybe it'll go longer, who knows, of me talking about a topic. One of my favorite time of the day, everyone, is morning time. My favorite time of the day is the time where it's most acceptable to drink coffee and chill out. I think a lot of times people like get up and just sprint off into the day. But in my opinion, the morning is the most pregnant with possibility. The morning is the most peaceful time of the day. The stresses of a day have not ramped up to the point where you don't want to sit down and just relax, or you feel unable to sit down and relax. Maybe you want to, but Coffee Talks with Tank is my attempt to simulate some morning relaxation time and some time to sit and just ponder things and talk things, and really just sit and think, about really anything. The goal eventually is going to be to have patrons like yourself submit topics. Say, maybe you want to ask a question for me to elaborate on, or maybe you want to pick my brain about a certain topic. Maybe you want it to be religion. Maybe you want it to be politics. Maybe you want it to be this, that, or the other. Maybe you just like to get me to list out my favorite video games of all time. This is intended to be a somewhat intimate, just me delivering things to you. Maybe you want to know some information about what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe you would like to, hey, what did it take for you to get started streaming? Or was there ever a time where you didn't want to stream? Or, things like that. Anything, really anything I'm willing to discuss here in Coffee Talks with Tank, because there's something about the morning time. There's something about a cup of coffee in your hand. There's something about sitting in the morning time and thinking and discussing things. And I very rarely, if ever, do such things by myself, or talk to myself while I'm doing these things. But hey, there are people out there like yourself who want to support and want something, and reasonably would like to receive something in return for supporting this channel. So today's Coffee Talks with Tank, the first one ever, I want to talk about Patreon a little bit. I want to talk about what to expect from Patreon, what I expect or I'm looking forward to with Patreon, and maybe just like why this is a thing. I'm going to talk about money a little bit, and I hate that. I hate talking about money, but I've said it on stream, and I'm going to say it here now. I've come to the realization that I can't pretend I don't want financial support for this channel anymore. I don't think I ever pretended, lied about it. Oh, I don't want your money. Never been that way, but usually my response when someone donates to the channel or when someone subscribes or whatever is you don't have to do that. And I feel like I say that a lot. I feel like when someone does something extremely generous, it's my first gut reaction is, you don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that. And I don't want to create a culture where that's the response you receive whenever you donate or whenever you support this channel financially. And I think there's something baked in there. I don't want to have the self-esteem issue of not feeling worthy of being supported to do this thing that I love doing and to do this thing hopefully that you love seeing. I don't want to have a self-esteem issue where I don't feel worthy of that. But I also don't want to go too far in the other direction. I can't pretend anymore. And I don't think, like I said, I was actively pretending, but maybe just a little bit like, I just do this to do it. I don't want financial support. It doesn't mean it's unnecessary. Is it unnecessary for me to live? For you to financially support the channel? Yes. You do not have to do that to make sure I eat. You do not have to financially support me so that I can put food in my mouth, so that my doggies here can eat, so that Lizzie can eat. We support ourselves, and we do a good job of that. The reason for financial support of this channel, and the reason for Patreon, and the reason that I want to continue to grow and continue to make things here, nicer and better and bigger for you, is because I don't want to have to do the day job. I don't want to do it, and it's not I don't want to work and I want to do something fun instead. It's just I feel called is the bad word, but I feel drawn to this kind of work. I've always felt like, and someone who loves to get a laugh, someone who loves to entertain people. I'm the most at home whenever I am getting a little chuckle out of somebody, and I feel like that's where my talents lie. And I'm blessed to have an occupation. I'm blessed to be able to work, and to have been able to work, to have been able to keep my job throughout the pandemic. And I know you guys have heard me complain about it and how much I don't like it. But even having the money, the job sucks the life out of me. And what I want to do is focus on making things for you, and Patreon's part of that. And you read the About Me section, and you read all that stuff. And even now, the more I talk about money, the more it makes me feel sick. I'm not here to beg. It's not a begging thing. I will continue to produce free content for anyone who wants to consume it for free. And that's part of what Twitch is about. I will continue to do what I've done without charge and without, and enjoy it. I don't begrudgingly have anyone as part of the chat. If you click that follow button, if you even tune in at all, I'm grateful, extremely grateful, because at the end of the day, that's what I want to do. I want to just entertain. But if I'm going to be able to entertain the way I would like to, how about that? If I'm going to be able to entertain the way I would like to, if I'm going to be able to make all the things that I want to make, or even a fraction of the things I want to make, I am going to need to be able to replace some of the income that I have from my day job. And that's where Patreon comes in. And I figure, why not go ahead and make it available, especially whenever I can do things like this. I can do some movie reviews. I can do some patron-only content that's not too terribly hard to make, but it's something extra for you, the viewer. Sorry, I'm looking at myself when I talk. I shouldn't do that. I should look at the camera. It's something extra for you as someone who wants to go above and beyond and support more than you have to. And it's something for me to get to do to begin padding out the rest of my resume to be able to have this Patreon page. So, I struggle still. I struggle still to think about all of this money stuff, because I know that you have hard-earned dollars. I know that whatever money you have, you worked for. You put in the time and you put in the effort, and you are rewarded with dollars for that. And I do the same thing with my job. And it is not a requirement that I be rewarded with dollars to do this thing that I love. But why shouldn't I try? Why shouldn't I try to be able to make a living off of this thing that I love and I feel so drawn to? So that's what this will be, the Patreon. There are goals. The more Patreon money I get, the more we'll be able to unlock new things for me to do. Even as we sit here now, I'm considering, even without the Patreon, trying to quit my job and live off of some money that I have saved until we can make this thing the thing I want it to be. So this is not a cry for, it's not a begging thing. It's not a cry for give me more money, please give Video Game Boy more money. That's not it. It is just a way. It isn't me trying to open an avenue for the achieving of my dreams, which those are the only dreams that I can achieve. I hope that you have this. I hope that your dreams, I hope that you get those. You know, as I don't want anyone to give to me at their own expense where they can't do something. You know, that would be crazy. Never. If you use your money for what you want to use your money for, but know that this is here, and this is an avenue that you can use to help me achieve the things that I want to achieve, and hopefully at the same time you're doing things that you want to achieve. So, as an example of a program like this, it is just a stream of consciousness. It's just what I'm thinking about this topic, and it does. It just makes me sick to think about the fact that everything in the world requires money. Even me sitting here and talking to you and making a Patreon page and playing video games 6 hours a day for you and stuff like that, all that stuff, like, it costs money to be able to eat and stay alive, to do those things and to enjoy life outside of those things. And it makes me sick to ask people for their money. Crowdfunding in general kind of makes me feel a little queasy, because I just don't want you to think that I presume that you owe it to me, because you don't owe me money. I get weepy thinking about the support that people like yourself have shown to me over this channel, over the last several months and over the last couple years of this channel. I am overwhelmed with the support and the gratitude already that I have. And so Patreon is just going to be an avenue for you to do more of that if you want to, or do the bare minimum to be here, or not do it at all. So yeah, I guess this is a coffee talk with Tank. Leave a comment, leave a what have you, a response. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're feeling about these sort of things. And I just want to reiterate again and again and again, Patreon is not me thinking that you owe me something. Please don't feel that way. I'm not trying to reach into your pockets or anything. Whatever support you already do, I love it. Thank you. Just an opportunity for you to do more if you want to. And I will do my best to be worthy of it, right? That's another part. That's another piece of the puzzle. I want to do my best to be worthy of the support that you give. I will constantly feel unworthy. I will constantly feel as though I'm falling short. That's just how I do things in life. But here's hoping you don't feel that way. And my goal is, yes, to try to be worthy of whatever support you throw my way. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. You are truly the best. This video is longer than 5 minutes. I can assure you of that. It's cut down probably a little bit from the total of what I've said. But either way, this has been Coffee Talks with Tank. Enjoy your morning, enjoy your afternoon, whatever it might be. And I will see you next week for more coffee, more talking, and more patron stuff, I guess. Almost forgot. I'd like to make it known that these videos will be Patreon exclusive videos for patrons only. Patrons eyes only. After a little while, I'm going to put the first few of them up on YouTube. Whet people's appetite and see if it's worth $1 a month to be able to see 4 of these. Or more, who knows? We'll see how they go. See if you like them. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Again, this has been Coffee Conversations with Tank. Love you very much.